There you go.
All right, good evening, everybody. We're going to call the meeting of the Raynham Conservation Commission of November 16th, 2016 to order at 5:35 p.m. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes?
Motion to accept.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Bills? Say on the top line, so you're happy.
You're getting better.
So you're happy.
Gotta keep things in order here, right?
That's right. That's the one I just heard. Signifying you see it.
Thank you.
Any correspondence?
Yes, correspondence. We have correspondence from planning regarding a new building that's going up on 1314 New State Highway. Just so everybody knows, it is in the office. I think it's going to be a Meineke building.
All right, so yes. So, to Conservation Commission from the Planning Board, there's a new plan dated November 3rd, 2016. Attached, you'll find the following plan that has been reviewed for comment. 1314 New State Highway, Auto Service Center of Meineke. The Planning Board will be holding a public hearing for this plan on Thursday, November 17th of 2016. If you have any questions or comments, please forward them to our office before the hearing date. If anybody would like to take a look at it.
Here is where it
Is
is.
there anything there now?
Yes, I think they're taking down something that's there, an old house, I think.
Hill Street, yeah, it looks like,
Over from Hills.
yeah, it looks like it's right between, right two doors down from the Raynham, the rack, the athletic club. Then there's the new Hutchinson Motorsports,
Yeah.
Derby. Then there's a house there, and then there's, I think it's a mobile on the corner.
Yeah.
So it should be where that house is.
Okay.
Are there any other?
There's no environmental concern.
No, because it abuts right to Judson Street, right behind it, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there's a house right off of Judson Street behind it.
All right, so we go.
I also have 3 notices from Board of Appeals, if you're interested in reading them.
All right, so we have 3 notices for the Board of Appeals, and it looks like it's the same night for all 3 of them, so I'll just plug in the information as we go. The Raynham Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing on Wednesday, November 30th, 2016, 7 p.m. at the Veterans Memorial Town Hall, 558 South Main Street, for consideration for petition number 929, G. Michael Caglione, Jr., Plymouth Sign Company, Inc. of South Yarmouth. Petition 930, Jennifer Banks Oldfield and Thompson Properties, LLC, Glenn Thompson, manager. And petition number 928, Gregory and Kathy Sterling of Raynham. If anyone would like to see these, I'll pass them down. All right, any other correspondence, Gail?
Excuse me, that's it, sir.
That's it, thank you. All right, site visits, Azu, I think we have one, but we're going to discuss it under the formal, under formal, okay? Have all the commissioners had a chance to review the scheduled for January to June 2017 for the meeting dates?
Yes.
Motion to accept?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. That was easy, Gail. All right.
Works for me.
All right, last thing under general business is we have Mr. Campbell here with us in the audience regarding an open seat on the Conservation Commission. Mr. Campbell, could you come up to the mic, please? Just, let us know your name and address and a little, I know we saw all your good information here. We can just give us a quick overview for the general public that didn't read our nice letter that we got from you.
My name's Will Campbell. I live at 144 Everett Drive in Raynham. It's basically in the center of the triangle that's made from the three major roads, 44, 24, and 495. My background is I'm an environmental scientist. I currently work for CMAS Partnership, which is the waste energy facility in West Wareham. And I've been in the environmental industry since I graduated college, working mainly in industry and in a permitting role more than anything else. So I've done a lot of permitting, especially at CMAS, since the site's about 95 acres and about 20% of it is wetland. I've done a lot over the last 8 years when I've been working there with the Concom there and the Concom agent. They have their own Concom agent, and so I've done a lot of permitting on that respect. My main focus is reading and understanding regulations, and that's what I do for a living. So I don't know anything else that you need to
Do the
know.
commissioners have any questions they'd like to ask Mr. Campbell?
I was going to ask, do you have any questions of us?
I mean, I'm so familiar with what Concoms generally do because I've appeared before them in a role that would have been sitting in the audience. So, but I mean, what are the main types of projects that you usually see? Is
See
it
everything
Yeah.
from commercial to single-family homes.
residential?
That's the wonderful thing about Raynham. We have such a wide range from, Walmart supercenters down to a resident doing an in-ground pool and everything in between. So there's a wide range and variety of stuff that we look at and review and try to get good input from our agent and try to make the best decisions going forward.
Now, we meet 5:30. Is
Yep.
that an issue?
No, I get to work at 6:30, so leaving early every once in a while isn't really a problem. I left at my regular time and made it here today, so.
Yeah.
Any other commissioners have any thing for Mr. Campbell?
No, I read his letter and I was impressed with
Excellent resume.
your background.
So what will happen now, Mr. Campbell, we will, after tonight, we hold, after the general meeting tonight, we'll go into executive session and we'll discuss it further and we'll make our determination to the Board of Selectmen and we'll let you know the outcome of that also.
Okay, great.
All right, thank you very much for your interest in conservation. I know sometimes it's not the most sought-after board.
Being an environmental person, I kind of know that too.
High energy,
Yeah.
there's stuff going.
No, I know that too.
Yeah, but the one thing I can say, because I am actually also the last person to come on the board 5 years ago, hasn't been anybody else that's come on the board since then. It's definitely a department that touches all the other departments, because we have to work with zoning board of appeals, we have to work
Planning board.
with the planning board, we have to work with the building department. So it's definitely a reach out and touch it, and talk to everybody kind of department. So
We do need the help.
we absolutely. So thank you very much for coming tonight.
All right,
Thank
thank you.
Take care. You're welcome to stay, too.
Okay, any other informal, Gail,
No.
do we have to cover? Okay. Paul, if you could read us into the formal, please.
All public hearings and meetings heard by the Raynham Conservation Commission on Wednesday, November 16th, 2016, at 5:30 PM in the Raynham Veterans Memorial Town Hall, Donald L. McKinnon Meeting Room, 558 South Main Street, Raynham, Mass., are relative to filings and joint hearings and/or meetings under Mass General Law, Chapter 131, Section 40, as amended, in the Town of Raynham Wetland Protection Bylaw.
Okay, we have a continued notice of intent, Lot 1, Richmond Street, map 14, parcel 59-0, Lot 1, Richmond Street, Al Andronis. Pass that down, we'll share this one.
So I actually have revised first sheets for these plans as well. We just spoke with Azu this morning to add the old flagging, which I'll get into in a little bit.
So if you could just state your name again for the record?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Your firm?
So my name's Claire Holcomb. I'm with LEC Environmental. We're here representing the Adrunas Brothers for the Notice of Intent for Lot 1 on Richmond Street. We originally presented the Notice of Intent at the September 21st hearing, and it was continued due to a couple of reasons, which I'll go over. Firstly, there was the issue of unpaid taxes, which since the previous hearing has been resolved, so that is not an issue anymore. Secondly, Azu and I met at the site a couple of weeks ago to go over the flagging within the vicinity of the proposed driveway, and we agreed to move flag number 12. Sure.
The sheets you just passed out, what is the difference between the ones that we just got from Gail?
The only difference is that we added where the original flag 12 was,
Okay.
just to show and reference where it used to be as
So the
to
ones-
where it is
All
currently.
right, so that's the only change?
Yes.
So the ones
The
that,
one that you handed out shows it moved.
it's the most
Yes.
updated, okay, so, all right,
Yes.
so we're gonna use that one. Because we're all looking at it going,
Sorry.
what's the difference there? You know, we just wanna make sure we're on
Before
the,
we go any
So
further,
the one that has the date on it is the November 9th one. The one
Right.
that doesn't have the date on is the one you need now.
okay, but
This
it
one.
does, the problem is, it has no revision date on it.
It should. There's a revision date above the red bar.
10/26.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I got it. I didn't see it. Okay,
okay,
all right.
Okay, awesome.
we're good to go, thank you.
Awesome, yeah, no
So make sure
problem.
we're on the same sheet of music.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So moving the flag 12 increased the amount of wetland fill from 3,154 square feet up to 4,034 square feet. And that adjustment was shown on the plans as well, on the revised plans. As a result, we adjusted wetland replication area number 2 to increase that from 1,300 to 2,300 square feet. So that just, we elongated that replication area to extend beyond flag number 24, where it originally extended beyond flag 23. In addition to that, in response to the Commission's requests from the previous hearing, we added the wetland replication areas to the plan as a sheet 2, and then so that's included in the overall plan set, and that includes the 2,300 square foot revision. And additionally, page 1 of the plans has some additional details of the drainage that's proposed underneath the driveway, as well as some of the driveway cross-section. So I believe we addressed the concerns from the previous hearing, so if you have any other questions, I'd be happy to take them.
Azu, while we have a look at the plans, do you have anything that you wanna?
Yeah, the only thing that which, if the commission sees fit, you can always add that as a condition of approval. I'm always of the opinion that when you've got wetlands area across the wetland, crossing wetlands, and you are filling, then you are disturbing the natural ground that connecting the two wetlands, that you are now gonna be bifurcating with the road, even though you're putting a pipe there. So I'm always more amenable to an open bottom box culvert, even if it's shallow. Okay, that way you're not disturbing the natural ground, and then you can fill up to that. You know what I'm saying, Al? So, but I don't know if there's enough elevation.
I have to look at the plan.
Huh?
I have to look at the plan.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, the contours there doesn't provide for, yeah,
What's the depth there?
yeah, I don't really have that much depth, because the existing grade there is 31, and it's calling, 30, and it's calling for this to be 31.8, so it's only raising it 2 feet. So instead of a single pipe, I would rather have like 3 pipes laid next to each other, because the box cover wouldn't work over here. It's too shallow. All right, but one pipe at 8 inches is too small. It'll clog. You get an animal crawl through it and die in there. Take a time even after it decomposes. That becomes like a sediment covering the pipe. So. No, you need like three, but you can have like 3 8-inch pipes.
Put a sign up there, no big animal.
No.
To increase the flow rate in
Right.
case of one of those pipes do clog up,
So
we still have them in
I
the
always
flow
go for 3 pipes, so that's small, side by side.
No problem.
Right, and then perforated in the bottom, so it allows water to whip in and whip out.
No problem.
But that can be something that we can include in the order of conditions.
The commissioners have any questions?
On the, as I'm looking at it, on the right side where it says 25 feet off wetland, and then there's flag A18.
18. Mm-hmm.
What is that area all in there going to be? Is it going to be grassed? Is it going to be natural? What's it going to be?
Where the A18 area is?
Yes, just to the north of that.
I don't think we're doing anything to that area. I think that's going to stay as is, which I think currently it's an open meadow.
And do you have a planning diagram for the 2 replication areas?
Yes.
Where's that?
That should, I feel like that should have been included with the plans that we provided.
The original
However,
plans?
First time?
What was the question, Dave?
Do they have a replication planning plan?
Of the sequential stuff? I believe
I feel like we do. I have this 8.5 by 11. That's what should be the second
microphone.
sheet to
Oh.
this.
sorry. Yeah, they included it in the report, so if the question or comment relates to the fact that even though you have it in a report form, contractors and now can bear witness to this. Contractors don't usually go out with the 8.5 by 11 sheet. It's gotta be on a
Right.
plan.
Right.
So,
And so we had that. I thought that when we had the 3 plans delivered to you, it was included as the
On the
second
plan?
page.
In the original plan?
There's only 2 pages here. Is it on page, nope, I think I only got 1 page here.
Okay, I can have 3 copies of that
I mean,
printed.
we're working off of this, and there's no sheet 2 to it.
Right. Well, yeah, I had reprinted sheet 1, so I thought originally that the 3 ones originally sent to you all for the meeting had the 2 sheets in it. So that must have been my mistake.
Sheet 2 has it. All right, we don't have sheet 2.
yeah. Yeah, sheet 2, they didn't change
only
it.
got 1.
So you need a couple, bring us a couple more. Yeah, it has the planting scheme.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that should be included in the plans that we provide to the contractor.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing though, is that if you remember that original, you've changed the square footage here,
Mm-hmm.
but that square footage has not been, hang on one second.
Updated on page 2.
2,300.
No, and that's the question.
Yeah.
Updated, if you made this replication area larger than what you originally said,
Yeah,
It should
your
show
plan
us
still says only
2,300 on.
23. So you didn't make it bigger.
We should, does it not show on that second sheet as 2,300?
Yeah, but at the beginning of your presentation here, you told us that you made that area bigger.
Right,
Your original sheet from here says 23.
Originally, when this was initially proposed, it was 1,300 square feet for the second replication area. Now it's
Right.
2,300. So we increased it by 1,000 square feet as a result of moving flag 12.
What does yours say?
Yeah, it says right, this shows right here, 2,200 square feet here, and 2,300 square feet. And
Okay.
it's revised 11/9/16, sheet 2. Sheet 1, okay, so, sheet 1 that you just brought in,
Yes.
is dated, the last revision on it, it's,
11/16.
no, 10/26. 11/16, which is the one that is shown today, yeah, they have 11/16 today.
Right.
So sheet 1 as revised is fine, and sheet 2 as revised is also fine.
Because the copy we just got, just prior to the meeting, we had 2 copies. The only change from, I think what's getting us confused is,
Yeah.
we just handed a copy, and then you gave us another copy.
Yeah.
So that other copy only has the flag actually changed, right?
Yes,
That was
the
it.
only change
So what Gail just
was the
gave us,
flag.
and what we just got,
Okay.
the replication here is
Plus
the
it's,
same.
Oh,
The only thing that changed was the flag.
all right, I thought you at the beginning said it increased.
From the original flag, from the original blueprints, the first time they came before us, a month ago. I think I got that right.
Yes, you did. Too many revisions.
Okay, no, let's back up here. Okay, Dave? Yes. You are right. The original plan is 22 here, but if you look over here, the original proposal is 1,300, so they have added.
Yeah, it
Okay,
is
this is the very first
the first one.
plan that we got with the application.
All right,
So they did increase that.
yeah, no, okay.
Okay.
Right, so what got confusing as to was, yeah, never mind, forget it, it's not worth it.
Too many plans all come in at the front of the same, and they all look almost the same, except for a couple little revisions.
Yeah, so
Okay,
what
so
we
I'll,
need-
With
I'll
all the
provide,
plans, I only had one second.
Yeah, so
Okay.
what you need to do, but just so that it avoids any confusion. The plan that you just gave us, that is 11/16,
yes,
okay? Sheet number 2 that you brought before today is fine, that is revised, 11/9, okay? Just add 11/16 date on it, you don't need to change the plan, just add 11/16. So both sheets are revised 11/16,
okay,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, I
And that
do.
way there's, so we're only writing that, because when they write the order of conditions, we want to put the date of the plan revised, you know what I'm saying?
I know,
So
yeah, I
we're not listing
understand.
the 2 sheets, you just write the title of the plan, and then we'll say containing 2 sheets, revised 11/16,
Okay,
all right? And then get us 2 extra sets.
okay,
So just add 11/16 on sheet number 2, and get us 2 complete sets of both sheets, and we'll be all good.
okay.
And from your shop corner, about halfway down on the property, on the roadway,
Where are we talking here?
come down the roadway and come to the shop end, right there. You're at about 31. Is that correct for your elevation?
Yeah, proposed elevation, correct.
31, okay. And it's hard to read, but is it 30 as you get towards the front of the roadway?
Yeah, it says existing is 30, and then there's a high point of 31, where it says HP. Next, where they put another 8-inch culvert,
Yeah,
there's 31.8,
okay.
and then it drops back towards the street at 31. So it's a
Okay.
fairly flat slope.
Then it drops again to 30 on the other side.
Right.
Okay. Then 29, then 30 again.
So by looking at this, will there be an impact from stormwater on the driveway going back out to the street? running down the side of the street into other people's yards?
That was the concern that the abutter has, which is a legitimate concern, but the amount of water based on what they have here, right now, you don't have water draining from the property to the street. So you will have, and I don't see much of any crowning. Yeah, there's a little bit of crowning. So it's going to shed this way, and that way, and then back this way.
Okay, so you don't see any significant impact?
No,
To the,
I mean, it's a single-family driveway. Now, the only thing, though, is,
What I'm,
yeah, go ahead.
on the same avenue, what I'm a little concerned about is the wetland area filling up and flooding the roadway.
Well, you can, I mean, just for giggles, you might have them throw in a couple low-profile of recharge. It's not gonna work all the time, but at least it will take away some of the curse. You know, Al, like throwing a 2-foot of gravel pit there, you know, and it'll pick up some of the water. Just a little shallow trench, fill it up with stone.
Are there any plans to put anything on either side of the driveway going across through a wetland area? Are there any plans to put something on either side of the driveway so things don't end up in the wetlands going down the driveway?
At this point, I don't believe there's anything proposed adjacent to the driveway. I think it was going to be left as is.
Well, I don't want to say a fence because I don't want to go and say what you know, stuff to do, but the only concern is because we're actually crossing there. When our past practices, when we're in areas that we're going to be adjoining a wetland, we don't, usually there's a 25-foot no-touch area, and we'll have something put up at the 25-foot no-touch to remind people, this is your limit of work, or this is your limit of your grass clippings, your leaves, this is your limit. We really don't have a limit, a 25-foot no-touch when we're actually crossing through already. So literally, the no-touch is right at the edge of the driveway.
Right.
So that's my only concern is, I'd look for something, you know, in those areas, unless that's, I'm out of context.
No, because we did it even like when you did the enforcement on IK, we made them put up, and even on Cody Lane. When
Yes,
they came in with the pool, we made them put out those signs.
yes. And I think we just
That's it,
did something also
yeah,
on Pleasant
just
Street.
that- yeah.
That lot next to the highway on Pleasant
Right,
Street.
on the
where
left,
the-
going up.
Yes, I think we just did it with that. That's
Right.
why.
So-
Split rail fence or something?
Yeah, so.
That would be, I probably think, as a developer, probably be the cheapest route. You can put a Jersey barrier up there for all I care. That's completely up to you.
Aesthetics is what I'm trying.
Yeah.
Correct.
We can do that with special conditions.
Condition
Right.
with signs. The only thing is with the areas where they are not crushing and where they're replicating, where they're inside that 25, but between wetlands, flag number A17 and halfway from A17 down back to halfway between A14 and A13. The erosion controls on the wetland side of the 25-foot no touch.
Right, that whole
Yeah.
section right there.
Yep.
So you can see the grading is in the 25-foot. So they may have to,
So, I mean, in reality, did that grading get taken into account when we were designating our replication area? Because you are gonna disturb it. You're within the 25-foot no-touch. So, like you said, between 17 and
yeah, if you look at it from
about 15.
A17, and then working southerly to halfway between A14 and A13. The grading is in the 25 feet.
Right, it's a small portion of the grading, and the slope at that point within the 25 feet is, in my opinion, not entirely that steep, and our replication area is well over our fill area, so I think the additional replication area could compensate for the portion that is within the 25-foot.
We're probably gonna need to put some kind of some trees along that line, buffer zone enhancement in lieu of that. Put a couple of bushes there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's no question there's a lot of water around that. And I'm not sure.
it's gonna be, I mean,
I hope they can.
7 foot over. Seven feet over 60? Is it 7 foot slope over 60 feet?
It was 30.
Shouldn't it be the other way around?
That.
Yeah, 7 feet and 31 feet. So that's in like 1 in 4, 25%.
It's a good grade.
Just a wetland on this side, and the 54 is from here, and why is it 25 feet? Yeah, we shouldn't have done that.
Here we have sewer here, right? Yeah, so you don't have to worry about groundwater pollution. I mean, that's a plus.
It's a
So
plus.
you're not looking at a septic system potentially failing tomorrow, and then they're coming back to encroach further.
Yeah,
So, so
that
that,
is a plus.
and then it's also town water, so you don't have to worry about changing the hydrology and the hydraulics of the ground over the life of the property in terms of groundwater withdrawal. So,
But it goes back to my original, that, they're within the 25-foot no-touch on that corner. Is the amount of disturbance there
Covered by the replication.
covered by the replication?
well, no, because the replication is for BVW, that's not a replication of a resource. That replication is in lieu of allowing for the crossing. But where that work is buffer zone, where you can require, and I think you've done that before, matter of fact, you did that on Queen Anne Circle. Yeah, because it was previously approved subdivision before the 25-foot, and so you allowed them, and then you made them plant some bushes, and then come back, put some real fence, and also put the no activity beyond this point. Yeah, so.
Any commissioners, any other questions? I have one, and you gotta try to steer me in the right direction and what I wanna get across here. So, replication area 1. So the edge of the wetland, and we're gonna be recreating that. Let me see if mine works now. Oh, see, look, I didn't even get, no batteries.
You and your toys. They work.
You took mine away.
Oh, there it is, all right. So here is the edge of the wetland, and the 25-foot no-touch is right here. We're going to replicate here. So Azu, now that we're going to replicate this, we're going to turn this into a wetland. Technically, the new 25 no-touch will be in the middle of the driveway, I know we can't put a post and rail fence right across the driveway. That doesn't make sense. So how do we prevent things from coming into the new replicated area? Does a post and rail fence go along the edge of the replicated?
Right on the east side of that replication area.
So right along the edge of the replication area?
Yeah, and then put a permanent markers like actually your concrete post, a bound, like
Correct, yep.
not just because post and rail can get yanked out so easy.
Correct.
So I have like a 3-foot concrete bound, like you also did that on Queen Anne's.
Yes.
Okay, sticking out of the ground 6 inches, buried at 2.5 feet.
So I know we were talking about, the post and rail going down the crossing here, and we're going to do that as a special order condition. Are we able to do this also as a special order condition? Or do we
That's what you did on the.
Or do we need to see it in the plans?
Yeah.
So we can do all of that under special order conditions?
All right.
Okay, just wanted to double check, make sure we didn't have to update any plans or anything. Okay. Okay, yeah, that was my only concern, because now we're creating a resource area. So
Right.
now,
Yeah.
obviously the new 25-foot no touch would be over here somewhere.
Right.
We're not gonna put a toll booth up, so you can't cross through your driveway, so I just wanna make sure we're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Dave, do you have anything?
Do we have a recharge for the downspouts?
I don't believe we do.
No, they don't have it. That's what part of what we're talking about.
We can do
Throw
that in
some
special.
recharge, Yeah.
Okay.
Throw some recharge in. Right by the street, and then for the roof drain.
And is the driveway gonna be paved or gravel?
Oh, no, you want it paved.
Yeah.
You want it paved. Because when they start plowing that dirt,
Yeah, no, I'm
as
just,
close as they are to the wetlands, that dirt.
yeah, no, I'm asking what
Push it right
the
in.
No,
intent,
you want that paved.
Put the snow.
Also, my last question has to do with snow removal and ice treatment. What about, do we put a special order conditions in perpetuity? Whoever owns this house can only use special ice treatment materials?
Something that, with some language that we use on Walmart, on
Walmart.
138.
Right, that's what I was checking, because that's gonna be, you start salting and sanding and then plowing that up into the sides of the wetland.
And then we'll specify that along with the recharge, along with the post, along with there, as conditions that do not expire with the issuance of a certificate of compliance.
Okay, perfect. Any commissioners have any other questions?
No, you just answered the question.
Okay. I know snow will melt, so it's not too bad. I just want to make sure when we have snow melting with, treated snow melting, where it's going to go.
I hear you. That was the question.
All right, any other commissioners have anything else? Azu, do you have anything else that would require new plans to be looked at?
No, we already talked to them about just putting the
Everything
revision
we do
date
in
and
special
getting us a
conditions.
couple copies, and then the rest of it. Because the problem with the new plans,
It'll confuse us more with another revision.
okay, so, like just did, we have a special page, special conditions page.
Okay.
And we will enumerate all the stuff that you talked about.
All right, do you have anything else for us?
I don't believe I do.
Okay. At this point, are you looking to continue or close the hearing?
I would like to close the hearing with all of the special orders that you suggested to be included, if that would work with you.
If the commissioners don't have any further questions, I would entertain a motion to close.
Motion to close the hearing on notice of intent, Lot 1, Richmond Street, map 14, partial 59, 0, Lot 1, Richmond Street, Allen, Durris.
We have a motion to close. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? Seeing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. And we are closed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
You want to pass everything back up, or you want to keep it, or? You just study it?
All right, so then we'll draft our orders for you,
Okay.
and then, take care of it next meeting. What about this one?
Yeah, we can pull that one up.
Once they bring their new set, then we can go and touch whatever we gotta touch. So that we don't fog the file up.
All right, so the hearing on that is closed, and we'll get all the rest of the documentation we need and the special conditions drawn up, and we'll put on the agenda for next meeting for issuance.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other informal business before we adjourn?
I make a motion that we adjourn and go to executive session.
All right.
Second
We
that?
have a motion and a second. I don't think there'll be any further discussion on that. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you.
So how,
We are adjourned.
you gotta take a roll call, because you said to go, you said you
yeah.
wanna go to executive session, so you need a roll
Roll call
call.
vote.
Okay.
How do you vote, Mr. Reynolds?
But we have-
Are we on the, do we stay on the air?
we don't,
Go ahead. But you gotta vote first.
that's not on,
I said
that's
aye.
not on TV, right?
Well, so I'm asking, are we?
You vote
So-
now while you're on camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Okay, so, aye.
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 Aye. Do we know,
No, you gotta go back.
Do we know
Mr.
who's voting?
Reynolds,
Hold on.
you gotta go back, so that we know who's saying aye. Mr. Reynolds, how do you
Okay.
vote? Mr.
do we know what we're voting on, everybody?
Yes.
Going into executive session.
Okay,
Mr. Reynolds.
so going to executive session. Mr. Reynolds,
Aye.
Mr. Dooley,
Aye.
Mr. McCray,
Aye.
and aye for myself. So we are in executive session?
Correct. We can
Yeah,
take the camera.
take the camera.